So, hello everybody. This video or podcast is about my views on Andrew Tate as an Indian kid or a boy trying to achieve his dreams. So, I am 18 now and I found his channel. His channel, he does not have any channel, we all know, but I found him on the internet about roughly a year ago. So my first interaction with Andrew Tate was not very nice. Online interaction. It was not a two-way interaction. I was just consuming his content. So yeah, I saw him as the money guru culture is going on, and I found him involved in this kind of stuff. So I thought that he was just trying to sell courses and make money, and he's just another who is trying to spam me. So I found him later after 3 months when I first found him, and it was through a channel named First Man. I used to follow him, and I know he is a genuine guy. So he once mentioned Andrew Tate, and he mentioned Andrew Tate in a positive manner. So that's the first time I think of Andrew Tate seriously. Yeah, this guy has something which I should watch. So yeah, I just grab his online content, whatever I found, Andrew Tate podcast. So the First Man was recommending me podcast of Andrew Tate with Fresh and Fit. So I tried to watch it, but it was not really interesting, and they were pretty much boring to me. This can be exciting to you, but they were pretty much very boring podcast. I was not interested in that kind of stuff. So then again I found his podcast, some random podcast which was not with Fresh and Fit, which was just some journal podcast, and I watched some of it, and then I watched some of his shorts, and the short videos were that grab me, that stick me to Andrew Tate. They were the things that were attractive, with a lot of editing and kind of cool edits and stuff and music, what I'm saying. So they were kind of cool. Then I started watching his long content format, his long content video. I was never I did not hate this guy because of his short videos. Everyone is saying that he's saying out of context. No, it was just, it didn't matter to me what he was saying. It was not hate. It was just funny. He was a funny guy, and the videos, I like watching them, so I binge watched them. Then I started watching his long content format, and I myself consider myself a intelligent guy. So I consider myself not intelligent, but more intelligent than the average people. So when I saw him debating to another person, or him proving his point, I saw that this man has some intellect which I can learn from him. So that's the door which was opened for me towards Andrew Tate. So I started taking him seriously as someone who is intelligent, and from whom I can learn something. Then what happened, I used to go to college, and when I return home, just used to binge watch his content. And after some time, 10-15 days, I start feeling bad. I was just binge watching them and doing not a lot of work. I used to go to gym before any of this man self improvement gurus. I go to gym because of my own self. I motivated my own self to go to gym regardless of any self gurus that are out there. So yeah, I was just continuing my gym, and now when I see why I feel bad listening to Andrew Tate, because I know that I was not putting enough work in. I used to just go to college and go to gym, but I know that I am lacking on something. I have to earn money and do a bunch of other things than just going to gym and going to college. So that was the first time when let me put it this way. So that was the time when I binge watch Andrew Tate, and I kind of not feel good, feel bad, you can say, but it was more like I don't want to watch him more. So I just quit watching him for whatever stupid excuse or reason, and I continued with my life. So 1 or 2 months pass away, and then he was just booming away, and at that time his podcast with PBD has come. So yeah, I did watch his podcast with PBD and other guys, and also his podcast, one his day in life video with Mike Thurston, and one his podcast with James English, which was also recommended to me by First Man. So I watched these 2-3 main podcasts and a bunch of lot other podcasts, and that time I didn't feel bad. I feel motivated, and I understand that gym is not the solution to my life. I have to earn money. I have to be better in other areas. So yeah, it was pretty much very positive impact. So I started trying to do other things, learn coding, because I am doing BCA right now. So it was a thing, that coding was a thing that I found very close to what, from which I can earn money. So yeah, long story short, then I started consuming a lot of, then I have never stopped from his content. Then from he went to jail, I was continuously you can continue checking on him, what was he up to and what content he is releasing. And in these 6 and 8 months, last 6 and 8 months, my life has very much changed for the better. I now have more motivation than ever before to earn money, and which was really necessary, because I used to have motivation to go to gym because I really wanted to look good, and I did, and I built a decent body. But now my motivation has entirely changed, and now it's more focused towards making money. And now I am focusing all my energy towards a certain goal to obtain a certain amount of money. So yeah, pretty much as an Indian, as you know, when I say Indian, most people, the world has an image about Indian that Indians are very hardworking. They are India is going to be the great nation. But if you come down to the very basic reality, as Tristan Tate once said, that people are same everywhere, you know. So in India, yeah, the functioning of the society which was in there in India for a very old amount of time is now breaking down after the Muslim invasion, after the colonization of Britain, and after the after the internet revolution. Indian people have now more access to the thoughts and opinions of the outer world of the Europe, basically, and it's breaking down the Indian culture in a journal, the Indian way of living, the Indian families, which was traditionally was the reason of the was the building block, was the Indian culture was the building block by or I can say the Indian culture or the Hindu culture, which was spread all over India, Pakistan and Bangladesh in the ancient time, was the success for the Indian nation or for the Bharat nation as a whole, because the Bharat nation include all these countries at that time. After the colonization happened and the Bharat break down into different countries, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh and many more, and before that India was a very developed nation according to that time. So yeah, the family structure in India, which was descending from the ancient time, is now breaking down, and when I think about the future, that all these technologies are coming up and industrialization is happening in India at a very fast rate, and people are learning technologies. Indian people are good in technologies, but it is making India more, it is bending India towards left more. Concepts of gay, LGBTQ and women empowerment, which has just crossed a line of control. Today I was reading I was looking at a video, and in which it is shown that the Japan population is collapsing, and the reason for that was that the in Japan women 60% of, I think, women are working class. 60% of women are working class, and by this women are become more stressful, and they are becoming less they don't want to be a mother or to have childs, because they can't handle that much stress. And if you see, and it is predicting that within the next 8 to 10 years the Japan population will collapse, and it will reach a point that it can, at that point it's hard to recover, because the number of women remaining in Japan that are at a marriage age, at the age of marriage, will be far less. The woman age from 18 to 40 will be a very small comparatively to the men in Japan. And also the Japanese population is growing older. About 1 in every 3 people in Japan is above 65 years of age. which is about 33% of Japanese population. So yeah, when I see that and I see India, the Indian population, yeah, everyone is saying it's growing, it will surpass China, but yeah, the attack has been launched on India. The basic Indians don't know about their culture anymore, and India is very rapidly bending towards left, which is a very big issue because most of the successful nations have their teaching practice about their religion, their culture at their home, at their very basic unit, which is a family. So in India, especially in children's, it's kind of trending that if you don't know about your culture, if you don't go to temple, it's kind of cool. You are modern, you don't go to temple, you don't do worships, you don't believe in these things. Movies like a lot of movies, I don't want to name any, support this kind of claims, and which is, I want, look, there was a movie, no, I was going off topic, but I would like to share this. There was a movie named PK in India, which was about the Andhvishwas. So you can say the blind trust. It's little transition. So it's about blind trust in God and how the priests are making money from Indian citizens, Indian people, through fear of God. And it's kind of true. And the only thing you can do to prevent this is teach Indian people their culture, about their religion. If you teach them what their culture is, what it's about, how important it is, and how much deep and developed it is, they will truly appreciate it, and the society will work better. And then you don't have to be dependent on so we can counter-attack. In other words, we can counter-attack the left force, which is very rapidly infecting India. So I believe India will be a great nation, but the problem is India will lose most of its values like other developed nations, and then it's developed, but it's like Britain. Britain is it's a developed nation, but it's falling down. Why? Because people are not happy there. There is mental stress everywhere, and people don't believe in God, and people are going crazy. They have degeneracy is growing there. So this kind of issues will come in a developed nation if its moral values at the very basic level is not preserved. So how can we ensure that? We can ensure them by teaching our religion as it is in its original form to our children. And if our religion is truly capable of, is it truly our religion, is it truly has a relevance in today's time? Yeah, our children will accept it. The next generation will accept it. We have to change the dynamics of how our children grow in India and how it educate in the Indian education system. So yeah, now get back to our topic, Andrew Tate. So yeah, Andrew Tate overall has a very positive impact on me, The number one thing that I get from Andrew Tate is you can't rely on anyone for your situation to become better. You are the only person who can help yourself, and you have to. If your life is not where you want it to be, it's because of you, and you can change it by hard work, dedication, and patience. So that's the overall message of Andrew Tate to me, and he really motivated me to become a capable man and a good man by heart, and to be a strong, lovable, and capable. Yeah, the when you are capable man, you are respected. So yeah, that's the message Andrew Tate has, what I have got from Andrew Tate. So yeah, I hope you liked the video, and please subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this.